On this week's episode, we talk about Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
The new DC animation with Superman.
Bum, 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 bum. So we watched yet another delightful DC animation.
Yes, Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. Some people are calling this new wave of animations DC Rebirth, because we had Apocalypse War. There was the reset. You had Flashpoint that created that whole universe, would be like New 52.
Sure.
And then we had the end of the Apocalypse War and the reset. We start and going again with the same heroes we love, but different versions of them. And so this one, Superman, the Man of Tomorrow, is the new origins, if you may, of the last son of Krypton, Superman. And let's go spoiler alert. Okay. And what can you tell us about the story?
Well, probably the biggest spoiler would be that Superman is in fact mild-mannered Clark Kent. Who knew? Who saw that coming?
He isn't?
He is.
Ah, okay, he is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Born in Kansas. Raised in Kansas. Yeah.
And this one differs from other Superman origins on screen that we've seen in that Jonathan Kent stays alive the whole time. We meet up with Clark when he's starting kind of as an intern at the Daily Planet.
Just one thing.
Oh.
It might differ from all the movies or TV series adaptations. I mean, but in the books, Jonathan Kent actually is alive until, I guess a pre New 52.
Sure.
It's like when Superman dies, that's a big story. It's like he's in,
his dad is
heaven, and his dad has a heart attack a little bit after, and they meet in post life, or at least Jonathan thinks that happens, and
so that is an important distinction. On screen, for some reason, Jonathan Kent doesn't make it. In the books, he does, which is one way with this animation differs. So we meet up with Clark. He's an intern at the Daily Planet. He's FaceTiming with his parents, and he's getting ready for his first day. He's like, they can't do this launch without me. Read the Daily Planet tomorrow. It's going to be great. He runs off, and everybody's calling him Coffee Boy. So it's clear he's like the bottom of, like the very bottommost rung at the Daily Planet. And everyone their coffee and at this big launch of something at Star Labs.
And that's an interesting aspect of some of the characters on this show. Clark is quite young, so is Lois. So Lois is not a remarkable awarded journalist yet. She's fresh out of grad school, right? And Clark is this intern. So they start together. They start young. And
Clark has his powers, but he isn't really Superman yet. We see he doesn't really have a suit. He has this kind of dark outfit that he wears, and he does go out at night to fight crime and stuff, but he's wearing goggles, kind of like Smallville. He's more the Blur than he is Superman. He tries on a cape. He ties a blanket around his neck. It's like, yeah, this is cool. So very much at the beginning.
There's references to the DC universe, this new DC universe established on this animated universe. For instance, we when Lois is making copies, we see something about the Batman. You see his cape. We when Lobo character shows up, he talks about the sector 2.
Is it 23?
2814.
2814.
Yeah, and which is a reference to Green Lantern Corps. What else? There's another one. What's the other one?
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Was it? So it was Batman. Was Green Lantern. Was it the Flash? No, I can't remember. I might come back to me.
Yeah.
But there's reference that there's still other superheroes out there. We did saw Justice Society of America, and we saw it and reviewed it before. But this movie takes place before that one, because when we see Superman, it's actually the same actor that voices Superman.
It is Darren Criss.
Yeah, the voice Superman on this one will voice Superman on Justice Society. So when the Flash meets Superman, they start talking about maybe it's a group of super friends. So yeah.
Okay, so back to the plot. It's pretty straightforward. There's a big press conference. Star Labs is about to launch this rocket, and who built and designed it? Lex Luthor. But again, this is at the kind of the very beginning. He's not really on anyone's radar as a bad guy, except for intrepid journalist grad student Lois Lane, who confronts him at the press conference with a recording where he reveals he's got this huge government grant, but the rocket's probably going to fall apart. The rocket launches. Sure enough, it falls apart. It starts heading right back down to Metropolis. And so Clark goes after the rocket, saves everybody, and it's great. He throws the rocket to the sun, and it's kind of his first time in space, and I realize, I get all the solar radiation. It feels so great. And everything's going well until Lobo shows up.
Yeah,
man.
Kizarnian, Merc, the main man.
He's a riot. He's the worst. He's horrible, but he's fun, and it's anyway. So Lobo shows up, goes after Clark, and in the ensuing conflict, he starts revealing things about Clark's past that he didn't know, that he's Kryptonian, that he's the last of his kind, and all this stuff. And so Clark is starting to figure, he's discovering these things about himself while he's doing combat with this virtually indestructible Hell's Angel from space. In the meantime, a lot of this is going down at Star Labs, and a janitor who'd been friends with Clark is injured and is exposed to this weird gooey grenade thing that Lobo throws, and we see it go into his mouth, and he ends up in the hospital, where eventually he transforms into this great villain called Parasite.
Yeah, a classic villain. Go back to pre-crisis DC universe, and also was changed and he retooled after crisis. This being that absorbs energy and makes him stronger. He feeds out of energy.
Yeah.
And Superman is full of energy, solar energy, and they clash, they fight. In this one, they kind of changed him a little bit, gave him a family, gave him he's a janitor at the Star Labs, but he's a working man with a family, wife, daughter, and another one coming. And it's a little bit different in the books. In the books, he's a janitor, but he's not.
He's kind of a loser. He's not a great guy.
Yeah.
They also kind of change his powers. As I recall, when I've seen him before, he just absorbs power and energy. But in this one, it seems like he also absorbs memories and intellect and knowledge and things too, which I thought was an interesting
and that works for the plot. Because in the end, the memories of Superman, the memories, his own memories with his family, help him take a step into redeeming himself. So pretty much the nuclear reactor is the heroes have a plan, and actually Clark, pretty naive Clark, goes to what he considers to be the most intelligent person he knows, and he goes to Lex Luthor and recruits him to help. Lex Luthor, voiced by Zachary Quinto. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
it's a good career move for him. Let's just commit to being the villain. He was great as Sylar.
He was great as Sylar. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Good as Lex. He's got the villain thing works for him.
Yeah, and Spock is his dark side, sort of.
He's like dark, angry, hyper emotional Spock, which totally makes sense.
So they get together and they decide. So if he's out of energy, let's get the electricity and the power everywhere, and let's light up this nuclear facility. So he's gonna come here. So he goes there, and the plan was to use kryptonite, because as he absorbs power of a creature, he absorbs vulnerabilities. And Lex goes through all this analysis, this metaphor using, if I buy a company, I buy their assets and their
liabilities as well. Yeah.
So they decided to use kryptonite against him. It doesn't work. So
Clark, and this is something that I love about Parasite, and I think he's such a great villain for Superman. He kind of, without using the standby of kryptonite, Parasite is someone who can really be a match for Superman, that Superman can't really fight in his usual way, because if he touches him, Parasite just gets stronger, and so Superman has to actually really be very creative and thoughtful. In this one, Clark is just true Clark, and he just starts talking to him, and he calls on those memories that we'd mentioned before. Memories, the gender's memories before he became Parasite, Clark's memories that Parasite had absorbed about, family and about goodness and all these great values that had been instilled in him, and so he reaches through to that part of this creature, and then because of that kind of inspires the creature to, instead of, okay, I'll be honest, I got a little confused at the end.
Yeah, so the instead of keep attacking and keeping destroying, the creature stops, and at that moment the reactors start falling apart.
Yes. Okay.
And is about to explode. So the Parasite goes back and absorbs all the energy from the blast, and in the process he dies. So he sacrifices himself to save his family, his friends, the good people around him, because he was a good guy on this version. And he dies and saves the day. Meanwhile, Clark and the Martian Manhunter, they get back together. They met in the beginning of the animation, and the Martian Manhunter was thought dead, because that's one thing he does on this whole thing. He keeps hiding, he keeps observing, but then at the end he takes a specific form, more amicable to humans, and fight along Superman. And the Martian Manhunter gives him details about his origins. So between Lobo and what he gets from Martian Manhunter actually opens a krypton device that gives him all the memories that he couldn't remember. He was a baby. All his memories, all the
memories of his birth parents, all the Kryptonian language, all this great stuff. Yeah.
And it's funny, at the end, Lobo actually helped on the process, because he's working for Luthor, and he's about to leave, and he says, there's all the Kryptonians out there, and then Clark was like, what? It's like, no. There's not. You're the only one. And what else? He also tells the Martian there's all the Martians there. And that is actually a fact. Even though there's a little other Kryptonians. Yeah. But Lobo wouldn't know. But there's Martians out there, and he tells the Manhunter, and he can go and find.
He needs to go and find his people. Yeah. And then Clark is like, nope, my people are here.
Yeah.
Classic Superman.
What else?
We see the beginnings of the relationship between him and Lois. In this one, they're kind of antagonistic at first. It's kind of a rocky start. She doesn't have a whole lot of respect for Clark, but she has kind of a give and take with Superman, and so there's some interesting beginnings to her career and to their relationship.
Yeah, she was in the books, as in other adaptations. She's definitely ahead of him, but he is really good. He's competent at his job. You know, he's not gonna stay an intern forever. He's not gonna stay the loser forever. He is a competent writer. He, you know, he becomes a great professional. That's why he keeps his job.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yep.
and are able to go everywhere.
So, I mean that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
As far as plot,
it's
it's fairly simple, but I think they did a great job of bringing in like lots of major characters like Luthor, Parasite, and Lobo, plus Clark and his origins and all that. They kind of took on a lot, but they did it well. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah, the way they did the origins on this one, he doesn't know much. We find out when he finds out, and it was an interesting casting. The voices were good.
Yeah.
Different animation style from the previous other animations. The other ones were more like, I don't know, Japanese kind of style, and this influenced by Japanese style. This one was more like, I don't know what to call, American Archer. It reminds me of Archer type of animation.
Sure.
But it was fun. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
And
Martha Kent was just so delightful, and I love the Kent so much. They're just this beautiful, just dose of pure wholesomeness in the DC world, which can be like so dark and twisted sometimes. And so in this one, she makes his suit. He never goes like to the fortress or anything. She makes his suit, and she goes, "Yeah, I modeled it after that nice Batman." And she just says like all these sweet things like that, and you're like, "Oh, this is why Clark is like, this is why he's Superman."
It was just
I love that about the character.
Really good takeaway from the books. She's definitely a character that if Clark brings Bruce home, she would. Like, you have to eat, young man.
Well, she does that. She does that. Martian Manhunter is in there, and he's not even like disguised as a human. He's just sitting there as his Martian self. And she's like, "You boys, now there's sheets in the closet, and if you boys need anything else." Just so lovely.
Yeah, even if some changes, they were able to keep some of the core characteristics of some characters.
Yeah.
One other thing was what's going on? Oh yeah, she makes the costume, the Superman costume, which is in some versions of Superman happens, but lately is not happening.
Yeah, it's been like something he finds at the fortress, or like the ship puts together or something like that.
Yeah, or like
the robots
from the family that gives him. But in most, in a lot of the origin versions, is like she creates using material that came with him. You were wrapped around this, so which was cool to see.
Yeah. We could go on for a while with other like fun details in the movie and stuff, but you just gotta see it. It's good. It's well done.
It was. I liked more than I thought I would, because when they first showed the trailer, the style of animation, I was like, I don't know. The way the Parasite looked, it's like, for me, it was like I didn't like the way the Parasite looked in the trailer. And then on the beginning of this animation, it's like, okay, I support this. I like how it looks. And then it changed into the way I didn't like from the trailer. But in the end, it worked. And yeah, as usual, they did a good job. There was good writing, a good cast, and just another great DC animation. Yeah, Superman, the Man of Tomorrow. Is the Man of Tomorrow? Man of Tomorrow. That's a great. Just Man of Tomorrow. Man of Tomorrow. Yes. It's available on Blu-ray, 4K discs, and digital streaming. Digital streaming, is that what it's called? I don't know. Home on demand streaming. Yeah. I don't know if it's on Max yet, because it's fairly new. Well, maybe it is. Check it out. Check. Go ahead and check real quick. HBO Max. I mean, you can check here what to watch. Oh, never mind.
That
You
wasn't
did
it.
watch it. What is it? It's around
That's
here.
a great question. I know, I was just looking for it.
What is it?
I guess I don't have it.
Or they changed. Anyways,
Maybe.
you can,
Either way, enjoy
you
it.
can buy it or you can rent it. It is available everywhere.
Lots of places.
Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun. You're gonna have more to see on this. Some people call, as I said, some people call it a rebirth DC universe. But it was a good Kickstarter. I thought they would go for something more intimate and more focused on Superman origins, and right away the Martian, Manhunter, Lobo, Luthor. I guess it's when he's an adult, so we didn't go through any of the ship crashing or being raised. It was more like how he started at the Daily Planet. We have glimpses of Perry White. Of course, you have Lois and the whole gang.
That was good. No Jimmy.
No Jimmy. Yeah, we have this other character that only shows for a joke, but I guess it was not an important character. It was just for the joke.
Yeah. Okay. Check it out. Have fun.
That's it. Yeah. I guess that's it for this week. We see you next week with more.
Okay. Live long and prosper.
May the force be with you.
Bye.
Bye.